Hello everyone. So now I've got a Marshall JTM45 reissue from the 90s on the bench. This thing has had a previous tech work on it before and there's a lot of issues, so let's get started on it. So the first thing that I kind of checked was the filter cap on the side. I noticed that the bolt had backed out and the cap was easily able to be removed just with a little bit of pressure. On the back side of the amp, you can see I've went ahead and swapped the power tubes. Now, the Marshall JTM45 uses 5881 power tubes, but this had a set of EL34 Wing C power tubes in it. As you can see, one of them has two black spots on it. That's because the output transformer is meant to have the 5881 power tubes in it, but the EL34s are looking for a bit different output transformer. Looking on the inside of the amplifier, you can see first the cap that's on the presence control is mounted way off of it, just kind of dangling out into space. Looking a bit closer at the board, you can see just solder blobs on the two wires coming off of the board, and the bias potentiometer has a whole bunch of corrosion on it. So that needs to be replaced as well. A little bit further down the board, we can see this twisted pair of red wires running down the filter capacitor that are just way too long for this run needed. But those wires could be trimmed a lot closer to the filter capacitor because there's about 1/2 inch of bare wire sticking out that is really close to the chassis. Now a little further down we can see the V1 cathode bypass capacitors. They used 2 instead of the proper value. It's just installed in not a good way where they can rattle loose and the connections are not very good. Also not the right value. Looking at the potentiometers, these are potentiometers meant for a circuit board, not the eyelet style you would normally associate with this type of wiring. Also, the bright cap on the treble channel wasn't even fully connected and had come loose. Another thing about this board is that it was completely loose. It wasn't even completely tight all the way, so loose hardware in this amplifier is kind of a common theme here. So let's go ahead and start getting this amplifier torn apart so we can take a look underneath the board. So looking underneath the board, we can see a lot of burnt wires where someone was a little careless with a soldering iron. We can also see off to the side the little red wire that was cut that was originally running down to that filter capacitor instead of doing it the proper way. So now I've got some work ahead of me getting all this cleaned up. So stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe.